Are you tired of feeling awkward in social situations? Do you overthink conversations and struggle to connect with people? What if I told you that being social is way easier than you think? Most people think being social is a talent. You're either born with it or you're not. But that's just not true. Being social is actually a skill anyone can learn. And today, I'll show you how to make it easy and natural, even if you're shy or introverted. Chapter 1. The Mindset Shift. It's not about perfection. Socializing becomes so much easier the moment you stop trying to impress and start trying to connect. A lot of people go into social situations with a performance mindset, feeling like they need to be funny, charismatic, or say the right thing to earn approval. But this creates pressure, and that pressure turns into anxiety. You end up stuck in your head, constantly evaluating yourself. Was that clever enough? Did I sound smart? Am I being interesting enough? This self-focus disconnects you from the actual moment, and ironically, it makes the conversation feel forced or awkward. Here's a truth bomb. People don't want perfection. They want presence. They don't remember the witty one-liner or your perfectly timed joke. They remember how you made them feel. Did you make them feel seen, heard, comfortable? That's what actually matters in social settings. So instead of entering a conversation thinking, how do I impress? Shift to asking, how can I make this person feel understood? That simple mindset switch changes everything. You're not on stage, you're not auditioning, you're just sharing a moment with another human being. And what people crave more than anything in our fast-paced world is genuine connection. You don't need to be the most interesting person in the room. You just need to be someone who's truly engaged. When you listen with real curiosity, when you make eye contact, smile, and ask questions that open doors instead of closing them, people feel that, and they respond to it. The more you try to be impressive, the more you risk becoming self-conscious. But the more you relax and focus on the other person, the more you naturally become someone others enjoy being around. So, before your next interaction, tell yourself, I don't need to prove anything. I just want to connect. Let go of the internal scorecard. You're not being graded. There's no hidden judge in the corner deciding whether your social skills are good enough. The only thing that truly matters is, does the person feel safe and valued in your presence? Treat every conversation like you're the host. Your job is to make the other person feel welcome. That might mean asking thoughtful questions, celebrating their stories, or even just offering a calm, quiet space where they can be themselves, and when they do open up, resist the urge to one-up their experience or steer it back to yourself. Let their moment shine. Connection is about holding space, not stealing the spotlight. And finally, let's talk about silence. So many people fear it. They think a pause in conversation means failure. But in real human connection, silence is natural. It often means someone is reflecting, or that a conversation is shifting. Don't panic when there's a pause. Just breathe, smile, relax into it. Even saying something like, that's something to think about, can bridge the moment without forcing anything. A truly confident person isn't afraid of silence. They know it's part of the rhythm of real conversation. In the end, being social isn't about performing. It's about being present. The more relaxed, curious, and authentic you are, the more magnetic you become. Drop the pressure to be enough and start showing up just as you are, because you, fully present and engaged, is more than enough. Chapter 2. The 3-second rule. Stop overthinking and start acting. A lot of people think they need to feel confident before they can start being social, but that's actually backward. Confidence doesn't come first. It comes after action. What stops most people from being social isn't a lack of knowledge. It's overthinking. You see someone you'd like to talk to, and your brain immediately steps in with fear-based chatter. Don't bother them. What if they ignore you? Wait for the perfect moment. That overthinking voice is loud, and it's wired to keep you safe by avoiding anything uncomfortable. But if you let it run the show, you stay stuck. That's where the 3-second rule becomes a game changer. It's simple but powerful. The moment you feel the impulse to speak or engage, count to 3 and act. Don't analyze. Don't craft the perfect line. Just move. Why does this work so well? Because it interrupts the fear loop. Instead of giving your brain time to talk you out of it, you bypass hesitation and build a habit of being action first. And that shift from fear first to action first can completely change your social life. Let's say you're at an event and you see someone wearing a cool jacket. Your instinct says, hey, compliment them. But your brain starts spinning. Is that weird? What if they think it's random? Instead of spiraling, you just go, 1, 2, 3. Hey, I love your jacket. Where'd you get it? That's it. You opened a door. It doesn't have to lead to a deep conversation. It's about practicing starting. And the key is to practice this in low-stakes situations. You don't need to jump into long chats or emotional topics. Just say hi, give a compliment, or ask a simple question. At the grocery store, say, hey, how's your day going, to the cashier. At a coffee shop, tell the barista, cool shirt by the way. In an elevator, make eye contact and say, hope your day's going well. These are micro moments, but they build micro confidence. Every little interaction tells your brain, hey, this is safe, this is normal. And over time, your fear response fades. A lot of people freeze up because they think they need to come up with something witty or unique to say. But socializing isn't about being clever. It's about being human. Look for the obvious entry points. A shared situation, something they're holding or wearing, the environment around you. These give you natural, effortless ways to connect. You don't need perfection. You need presence. And here's one of the biggest mindset shifts. Stop judging your social success based on the outcome. Most people ask, did they laugh? Did they seem into it? Was that conversation long enough? But when you do that, you're putting your confidence in their reaction. Flip the script. Start celebrating the fact that you acted, regardless of how it went. Every time you approach someone, even if it's awkward, even if it ends fast, remind yourself, I did it. That's a win. In fact, start a simple journal. Not to track results, but to track acts. Write down when you initiated, how it felt, and one thing you learned. This reflection will reinforce your growth. The more you do it, the more you realize. Awkwardness isn't failure. It's part of becoming fluent in human connection. So instead of waiting to feel confident to take action, flip the formula. Action, experience, confidence. Not the other way around. By taking small steps, acting on your impulses, and learning to celebrate the effort, not just the outcome, you're not just waiting around for social magic to happen anymore. You're creating it. Every interaction is you becoming more comfortable, more present, and more you. And that's what being truly social is all about. Chapter 3. The Power of Open-Ended Questions. One of the easiest ways to instantly improve your social skills is by learning the difference between closed and open-ended questions. Closed questions, like, do you like your job? Or, did you have fun at the party? Usually lead to short, one-word responses. Yeah, it was okay. And just like that, the conversation hits a wall. These questions feel more like a checklist than a real interaction, and they put all the pressure on you to keep things going. You ask, they answer, and suddenly you're scrambling for the next thing to say. But open-ended questions are different. They don't just keep the conversation going, they give it life. Instead of asking for a yes or no, you're inviting someone to share, to reflect, to tell a story. Questions like, what do you love most about your work? Or, how did you end up in that career? Allow the other person to open up. And when people feel heard, they connect more deeply. These kinds of prompts spark emotion, memory, and personality. And all you had to do was be curious. Here's the beauty of it. When you use open-ended questions, the pressure to perform or be interesting fades away. You're not trying to impress anymore, you're guiding. You're making space for a real exchange. And if you ever find yourself stuck, Wondering what to ask next? You can always fall back on a simple but powerful tool, the FORD method. FORD stands for family, occupation, recreation, and dreams. Four timeless topics that almost always open up natural conversation. Under family, you might ask things like, did you grow up around here? Or, what's it like being the youngest in your family? For occupation, dive into questions like, what do you enjoy most about what you do? Or, what inspired you to get into that field? These questions go beyond the surface and show genuine interest. Then, there's recreation. This is about how people spend their free time. Ask about hobbies, routines, or weekends. What's your favorite way to unwind? Or, have you picked up any new hobbies lately? And finally, dreams. This one's powerful. If you could do anything for a year, what would it be? Or, what's something you've always wanted to try but haven't yet? These questions tap into the deeper layers of a person, their hopes, values, and passions. People light up when they get to talk about something that excites them. And when you create that space for someone to be real and expressive, the connection becomes effortless. You don't need to be the funniest, the smartest, or the most outgoing person in the room. You just need to be genuinely curious. Open-ended questions are like keys. They unlock trust, warmth, and flow. The more you practice using them, the more natural it becomes to navigate any social situation with ease and authenticity. Chapter 4. Body Language and Energy. Be approachable. Before you even speak, your body language has already said something. People subconsciously pick up on your energy. If your body is closed off, nervous, or guarded, they sense it, even if your words are friendly. Humans are wired to read nonverbal cues. Your body language, tone, facial expressions, and the energy you project. This isn't about being perfect. It's about being congruent. Your body and energy should match the warm, curious, open version of you. Our energy communicates louder than your voice. That's why your body language matters so much. To start, having an open posture instantly makes you appear more approachable and confident. This means standing or sitting tall, relaxing your shoulders, and keeping your arms uncrossed. When you take up space comfortably, you send a subtle signal that you're confident and safe to interact with. A genuine smile is equally powerful. It's a universal sign of friendliness and warmth. Smiling not only puts others at ease, but it also releases feel-good chemicals in your own brain, helping you feel more relaxed in the moment. Eye contact is another key part of this equation. You don't have to stare, but looking someone in the eyes when they speak, and when you respond, shows that you're engaged and respectful. Avoiding eye contact too much can unintentionally make you seem disinterested or anxious. A great trick here is to hold eye contact for a few seconds, then glance away briefly before returning. It keeps things natural. Another subtle but powerful tool is mirroring. This means gently mimicking someone's tone of voice, pace of speaking, or even their body posture. When done naturally, mirroring creates subconscious alignment and makes the other person feel more connected to you. It's not manipulation. It's emotional intelligence in motion. When someone sees that you're moving and speaking in a similar rhythm, it tells them you're on the same wavelength. One of the biggest shifts in your social presence comes from an internal mindset hack. Act like you're already social. Walk into a room with the belief that people will like you, not from arrogance, but from grounded self-assurance. Energy is contagious. When you enter a space thinking, I belong here, or I bring good energy, your body automatically reflects that belief. You stand taller, smile more freely, and people naturally respond to that confidence. To put this into action, start by practicing in front of a mirror. Spend a minute or two each day observing your posture, your facial expressions, and your smile. Train your body to feel relaxed and open, even when no one's watching. Before stepping into any social setting, take just 10 seconds to ground yourself. Breathe deeply, Smile intentionally and remind yourself that you enjoy connecting with people. Visualize yourself as someone who's comfortable, friendly, and confident, and your energy will begin to align with that image. When your internal belief matches your external presence, socializing becomes not just easier, but automatic. Chapter 5. The more you practice, the easier it gets. When it comes to becoming more social, one of the biggest misconceptions is thinking you can learn your way into it. You might watch videos, read books, or even take courses, and while that knowledge helps, it won't change much unless you apply it. The truth is, social confidence doesn't come from theory. It comes from experience, real-life reps. You have to get in the game. The good news, you don't need to make some big leap. Social growth starts with the smallest interactions, and they're happening around you all the time. Say hi to your neighbor, ask the barista how their day is going, leave a comment in an online group you're part of. Join a local class, a group chat, or a hobby club, and just say something. These little moments don't seem like much, but they're actually where the transformation happens. What's powerful is this. Your confidence builds every single time you engage. Every interaction is a tiny deposit into your social bank, and over time, those deposits compound. You begin to notice that starting conversations isn't scary anymore, that silences don't make you anxious, that being social no longer feels like an effort, it just becomes part of who you are. To turn this from a concept into your daily life, try setting a simple, realistic challenge. For example, talk to one new person today. It could be a sentence or two. It doesn't need to be deep or perfect. Just take action. If daily feels like too much, go for a weekly goal. The key is consistency over perfection. At the end of the day or week, take a few minutes to journal or reflect. What went well? What felt awkward? What surprised you? This reflection helps you see patterns and gives you a sense of progress. And most importantly, give yourself credit for showing up. You're not aiming to be flawless, you're aiming to grow. Social ease comes from experience, not excellence. Here's the real truth. Being social isn't just for the naturally outgoing. It's not some magic personality trait you're either born with or without. It's a skill, and, like any skill, whether it's riding a bike or learning a language, it grows with practice, patience, and the right mindset. When you stop trying to impress and start trying to connect, everything changes. If this helped shift your mindset about being social, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more content on growth, evolution, and becoming your best self. And drop a comment below. What's one thing you'll try in your next social interaction?